Another round of applause for dancer Ron Powell. Yeah. Next up, I'd like to introduce Angela.
This is something written from a dream. It's called Shell. I look much different these days. So different that my own mother did not recognize me, though she did say I looked beautiful. Of course, when she saw me, I was flanked by my two gloriously tall and beautiful friends, Kate and Laura. We must have looked stunning. She sure was stunned. Couldn't seem to decide if we were lovely or horrifying. I noticed today that I stand out like a lone flame in a dark cave. I guess the city's become a bit less uptight about looks over these past few years, because I wander around like this day and night, and rarely have been given any evidence that my appearance is anything big. I feel more comfortable now with my physical appearance than ever before. My hair is a wild and wonderful luminous orange, and I usually wear a bright coral leather jacket, orange leggings, or whatever else. Gosh, I guess I've been wearing the same outfit for a very long time now. I must smell. Boy, I sure never thought I'd want to have such unnatural grooming habits. But hey, the times are highly unnatural. I wonder often if this actually is Boston. Let's just say I'm living in some Boston-esque city, post or pre-war times. I'm not even sure which. I know, you must wonder too, but I really can't get a grip on it. Are we still at war even? I feel as if I was hit on the head, and woke to find myself this way, in this place, aged and changed. I'll figure that out tomorrow. Let me tell you about my day. Actually, two things happened. The first was this. I went to Cape Cod, to this sort of convention. The convention was dull, and there were many people from my old school there, reuniting. So we broke every house rule we could. I shimmied out onto a wooden balcony to get stoned with this fellow Tony. There were pipes and walkways all around the inside of this courtyard. Everyone seemed to be doing the same as us. Something medical and eerie was going on inside the building. They seemed to want us in there. It became downright frightening. Since there are lots of new rules now, we probably would have to cooperate if we stayed. So I fled to the beach. I sat with my friend Aya at the point where the waves meet the sand. And as we talked there in the water, I began to get the most overwhelming feeling that I was regressing to become the old me once again. Suddenly, an aggressive lifeguard came and informed us that it is illegal to be at that point where the waves meet the sand. Make up your mind, get in or get out. Whoa, everything has to be so clear-cut, I bitterly muttered to neither person in particular. He was pressuring us with the most unpleasant behavior to make a decision quickly. So we went into the water, as after all, we were at the beach with swimming in mind. When we were done, I walked out freely. But I could only flail with my belly in the sand at the edge of the point where the waves meet the sand. I was ready to get out of the water, but the undertow, or was it a magnet? Meanwhile, elsewhere the same day, I assumed, though it was evening. I apologize for my lack of precision with time and place, but since the war, if there was one, or the blow to my head, if there was one, I am in a movie theater which has a lobby filled with macabre-looking folks. The whole place resembles a nightclub, but seems to have checkout lines of some sort, and witchy-looking girl cashiers. I wonder what they're selling. I wander by the bag girls, in that space always most crowded and dangerous to pass through, when I as a child would wait for my mom to purchase our groceries, the stretch between our lane and the gumball machines next to the exit door. I must stop here briefly to apologize for that tangent, and for the overwhelming quantity of events I must include for you to thoroughly understand my day. But my muscles are sore, and I don't have much time, so regrettably I must keep up this quick pace. I drink in the people. Oh, what a wad of money I have in my pocket. I hold my purple wallet tightly. Suddenly I'm face to face with Kate, my friend. Men and women seem to be staring from all directions. We aim for the theater. Some rather dull grayish images are swimming silently on the screen, but can't seem to get going. Maybe they're stuck in the ocean like me. The theater is filled with faces I know from the past. I guess that's why they let keep the lights on, so I can find Marnie Wessel. She mumbles a string of unintelligible words, so I move away. Kelly Hayes, the same other language mumbo-jumbo. Now, musical chairs has been going on way too long. I'm stumbling, dizzy, and very aware of my fat wallet. So clumsily climb the aisle out to the bar. Another gaze girl. God, I've got to piss. I walk past long lines of men. About 3 of them are urinating in a drinking fountain as they stand in line. Just past them, I find a waterless, doorless room with the word ladies printed beside it. The toilet and sink look ancient and unused. There are poems and quotes taped up like out-of-order signs. Man, where can I piss? Kate, we can leave this movie and come back, you know. Besides, you know how this movie is. Yeah, I know. And instantly, I realize why every single individual is there. I stop to stare briefly with Monica Pizzicani as Jill Hennessy rifles unknowingly through the trunk of Monica's small maroon car. Monica whispers threats. God, everyone in her past is here. Not many men I know in this place, though. Oops. Suddenly, I sense that Jill, the car, and whatever she's looking for are directly connected to me in something I will later discover. Meanwhile, I'm still flailing back at Cape Cod. With each seasick lap of wave, I reach and grab for something solid. There are children and adults lined up along the back wall. They have no interest in me, other than they sure don't want me to touch their kids. So I grab for the Dixie cups the kids had filled with water and built into their quickly dissolving sandcastles. The kid bops me on the head for touching his Dixie cup. But he's a smartass, because I know that Dixie cup is mine. The other one is his. Where's that lifeguard? Is this what I get for my rule breaking? What a cold world we've become. Undoubtedly, this is an erotic film. Wow, the entire setup of this theater changed while I was gone. It's smaller, no more graduated seats, in fact, no seats. A lot of sophisticated-looking, older artist types are standing around us. The eroticism of the film is becoming very clear, even though I can't see the screen or hear a soundtrack. It is reflected by the movements and sensations all around me in the room, especially the movements and sensations surrounding my body as I lay on my stomach with my face buried in my arms snugly against the floor. The man surrounding me warmly is someone I once loved, rather, someone I once touched regularly. Is he someone I've always loved, still love? I wonder, as he is overcome by his passion. Is that his penis against my bare bum? If not, I guess I don't mind. Oh boy, everyone's getting a little hyper now that they've realized what we're trying to do. But why? Look at this place, these people. I'm sort of passively enjoying this odd moment. My warm lover can't seem to find what he's looking for. We're wearing so many layers of clothing, plus trying to avoid the faces. I figure as long as I can avoid the faces, I can enjoy the adventure of the moment. I used to be more shy. Now I just ignore those I was intimidated by. Now the owner of the theater, a fat, dark, mustached man, is getting uneasy. He deals with us by talking loudly to a gray-haired man about his intentions concerning the design of the theater for screening of the erotic films of this honored artist. Yes, very convenient. I realize we are on one side of a low partition, which leaves us and other impassioned couples about 2 feet beside the wall to fuck out of the way of their large feet. So we laugh and continue. Later, he takes me somewhere where we can, how shall we say, finish the job right. Instantly, I realize that he is someone older and less friendly than my lover. He and another man sit me in a small room and unveil a huge, fat, bumpy wax or clay penis. Oh, it's big, say 5 feet tall, and about 3 feet in circumference. It gets narrower toward the top and turns from purple to blue to green. Yes, I knew this was going to have to happen. I knew it back in the parking lot when I saw fat, greedy Jill looking for something in the back of Mo's car. She was looking for this. She wanted this. I don't think I do. And they're luring me onto it. Purple, one man shouts. The other flips a switch. Blue, switch. Green, switch. Deeper with each color transformation, I am upside down, all of my weight on my head and shoulders. I groan and think about my orange hair. As the man who impersonated my lover opens my jaw like a drawer and looks in to see my insides piling on the floor of my chest, clankety-clank like machine parts. And my belly is pregnant with their invention, and I wonder if I'm pregnant by their invention. You must wonder how my day could have contained anything more outrageous. But wait, remember? All this time I've been straining every muscle to get out of that salty ocean. Later, I'm walking down the street, tall and orange, wearing a beautiful ruffled skirt that flows past my ankles. Kate and Laura flank me, and I hear my mother's voice up ahead. I think of the innocence I once possessed years ago. We nearly let her laugh merrily around the corner, but I decide I must call her name. She does not recognize me. She stops and stares in disbelief. We talk. I give her and her friends directions to their motel. They are in this Bostonesque town at a convention too. A religious convention, I assume. She tells us all how beautiful we seem, but says there's something about us she can't quite put her finger on. I try to be cool, though I feel so messy and I must reek of sex. No, there's nothing to worry about, I think, as she goes off merrily over a tree-surrounded bridge. We head down a more concrete route, headed to the club, all dressed up. There's nothing to worry about, because I can't smell. My hair can't even look ruffled. I am beautiful. I do not exist. And somewhere in Cape Cod, my muscles have finally relaxed. In fact, they dissolved. All that is left of me is a coral-colored shell, which rolls passively at the place where the waves meet the sand. The children and their adults, Dixie cups and all, are gone. There's no club with lines of men kissing, and no restroom for women. There's no wad of dollars in my pocket, no orange leather jacket, no lifeguard, and no purple, blue, green, you-know-what, and I sure can't smell, because I've been purified in the spot where the waves meet the sand. I'm a pretty shell, I always have been. In fact, now I can see everything that has been and why. And now I understand why I lost track of time and place. Today I learned there never was a reason to keep track.